Absolute scenes at Murrayfield. Absolute scenes. And I think I could just do this video purely on that last moment of the match. Actually, I better warn you, if you haven't seen the result yet, please go and find that out. Go and watch that game. And then come back and watch this video. I'm Tim, this is Egg Chasers. So in 3, 2, 1, congratulations to France. Kinda. Because, right, let's just start, let's do it. Let's start at the end. The drama at the death with that decision not to award Scotland a try. Now look, I understand that the referee didn't see a clear grounding on the field. He can only give what he sees. So he went to the TMO, I was going to say umpire then, but he went to the television match official and said, help me out. Couldn't see a clear grounding, can you? I've played rugby for a long time, longer than I care to admit, and I would be absolutely crushed if I were playing in that game and it was not awarded. Like what is the threshold for being certain that a ball was grounded? I can see it both ways. I don't blame the referee for making that call, but come on. Surely there should be an element where the decision gets made on just how something feels. And that doesn't feel right that was not awarded a try. But maybe I was just punching for the underdog a little bit and wanting to see a Scotland win. Do you think that's the case? What do you think? Tell me what your thoughts are. Because certainly I've just had a quick look at my WhatsApp groups, which are blowing up with people very, very upset by that decision. Cannot understand how it was not given and how the TMO wasn't able to make a call. Like, again, there's an element, like, what's the TMO? Does he have to be 100% sure it was grounded? Would 90% sure be enough to give a try? Like I say, it just doesn't feel right. And it feels really cruel for Scotland. But that said, and look, I coach a couple of rugby teams. I've played played rugby a lot. At the end of a game, I will never let my team that I coach or when I play in, just blame a referee, because there is never a single point of failure. If you're left blaming one refereeing decision or TMO decision, then you haven't done enough. There was 80 minutes in that game, and the point here is Scotland should never have been in a position where they were relying on that decision to go their way in the final moment in order to win the game. They had the chances, and I think they have to reflect on the chances that they left out on the pitch. I mean, they played heroically, but they kind of blew it. And again, I'm sort of working backwards from the end. The Kyle Rowe break was absolutely fantastic play. Amazing break. Great footwork. And then lost the ball on the deck in contact with a knock-on. And that moment just summed Scotland up for the whole afternoon as far as I was concerned. Brilliant approach play. Some magic moments. The better rugby team on the day could not finish. And going back further, 5 minutes before half-time, when they did not convert and France went in only 3 points down, that ultimately, yes, all the talk was going to be about that final decision, but do not forget about that period before half-time when Scotland should have put that game to bed. By the way, if you can hear that noise in the background, it's because I'm at Twickenham as the teams are just warming up. There's Alfie Reynolds. Check out his YouTube channel. Alfie, I was out doing some filming for TalkSport. You were here watching the game for TalkSport. Yeah. So give me a few little thoughts on the first half. So I missed a few bits of that.
First half, my big takeaway at halftime was will Scotland rue that final passage of play where they had phase after phase in the French 22. Antonio got the yellow card and France end up winning the penalty at the scrum, can kick it out. You go to halftime, you looked at it then and you felt, is that going to be something that they end up ruining? I think they ultimately have done. But my big takeaway from the game, Tim, and I know there's going to be loads of talk about the TMO decision at the end, and that's going to be controversial. I can understand Scotland's frustrations there. The big story for them is an opportunity missed. I'm pretty sure, I need to double check, I'm pretty sure I'm correct in saying they had more phases, they had more time, they had all of that more in the French 22, and they came away with way less points per entry. It's another game for Scotland. There's an opportunity miss.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Alfred Reynolds Rugby on YouTube as well. Go and check him out. We're working together here at Twickenham. The teams are warming up currently. And by the way, can I just say, why is this not England's rugby national anthem? Jerusalem is playing in the stadium, and it's always my favourite moment before the game. There's the Wales team just down there warming up. Josh Adams stepping in and Cam win it there. Really looking forward to this game. But back to Murrayfield, and kind of working in reverse. I think another element that made a big difference for France, whilst they are not at their best and they are not the team that was favourites for the World Cup going into it, their bench did make a difference. And when their forward replacements came on, they blew away Scotland's breakdown a bit. And Nolan Le Garrec will, I'll predict it now, will be starting against Italy, because once again, and I kind of defended Maxime Lucu last week saying he deserves another shot, Nolan Le Garrec again made a big impact, sped up France's ball, and it was that impact from the bench that led to a moment of individual brilliance for Louis Biel-Biré. 6th try in 9 international appearances, back in the starting side, justifying that selection with a try on 69 minutes. And in Thomas Ramos, France have got a rugby cheat code, because he kicked a really tricky conversion, followed it up with a penalty to put France in the lead. That guy is an absolute iceman, and one of the few Frenchmen which kind of really did what you know he's capable of at times. But I mean, as for the team, they did not. And I don't just want to say France were bad, because that does not give Scotland the credit that they deserve. Scotland are a really good rugby team who did a lot of good rugby up until they were in France's 22 and then did not deliver where they should. Great try by Ben Wright in the first half, couple of penalties from Finn Russell. Absolute minimum that they deserve for their efforts. As we've been talking about already, they should have got more out of the first half. And as it was a Gael Fickou try, who probably, I mean, to be fair, Gael Fickou will probably feel like he left a try out on the pitch in that first half as well. And Ramos with the penalty. Lots of possession, lots of territory for Scotland, not converted. France had the sin bin period again, and Scotland did not take advantage of that. There was loads and loads of scrums. That's where maybe France's experience. They were a bit wily. They chewed up the clock a little bit. And you just wondered, as we've already talked about, that period before half-time, Scotland not scoring, the psychological impact of that. Well, I thought it was going to have a bigger psychological impact, and I thought France would come out buoyed, but actually Scotland carried on, and, well, France, a lot of defensive errors. They scrambled really well to stay in it. But, again, just going through, I saw Gregory Aldrich going off with a serious looking injury, so I hope he's okay as well. But yeah, no Dupont, and Maxime Lucu is a downgrade on him starting. Lucu's looked great off the bench, and he's looked really good when he plays against teams like Namibia, but in this Six Nations, he and the French team in general have not been great. Scotland, man. Oh, I hate just saying that cliche. Oh, it's just like Scotland to lose valiantly. But it is so Scotland to lose valiantly. They've got to break that hoodoo one of these days. And also, we now don't have the possibility of a Grand Slam showdown in Dublin on the final weekend. Could Scotland have pulled that off? They would have been favourites to have arrived in Dublin playing for the lot on the final day. As it is, Ireland could have possibly already sewn up the championship by the time Super Saturday comes around. Just another minor disappointment, but that is only a small disappointment in Scottish minds when you compare it to how they'll be feeling walking away from Murrayfield today. But all the talk's going to be about the end, isn't it? That's what the photos in the newspaper are going to be about. So on the game in general, give me your thoughts. Like I say, I missed patches of the first half because I was walking around doing some filming, watching it on the big screen as much as I can. So I will rely on you to fill in some of the gaps. When I get the chance to watch the game again, I'll be back with another video. But the Wales team are just walking in. It's nearly kick-off time here at Twickenham. So I'm going to get ready for another massive game in a Six Nations Championship. Selfishly, as an Englishman, I hope this game is not nearly as close as that one was. But on Scotland against France, tell me what you think down below. Leave your comments, hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.